First thing I'm going to be doing is using a green concealer, and I'm going to be covering any redness on my face. Now normally for underneath my eyes I'd use an ordinary coloured concealer, or I'd use one which is slightly kind of a salmon colour, but this time I'm going to be using green, and the reason is that I want the dark circles to be concealed, but I don't want them to have any warmth. I want my skin to look flawless but lifeless at the same time. Once I've covered up any redness or under eye circles, I'm going to be taking my BB cream and I'm going to be applying it straight on the stippling brush. Normally I'd apply this on the back of my hand and then from my hand apply it all over the face, but today I'm going to be a bit lazy, put it straight on the face and then redistribute it there. Normally I'm not too fond of stippling brushes because I find that they're just too long and they tend to kind of flop about and they can be a bit pinchy, but the reason I like this brush is that it's kind of the perfect length. It's still long enough for you to be able to stipple, but it's short enough for you to be able to really buff it into the skin without the brush flopping around. Next I'm going to be using the e.l.f. HD powder and the e.l.f. flat top brush. And the reason I'm not using a blush brush for this is because blush is very good for kind of lightly applying stuff on the face, but I want this brush to actually work it into my skin, so that's why I'm using the flat top brush, so I can actually press it while buffing it into the skin at the same time. And now we're going to work on the eyes, the best part. As usual, I'm going to start off with a primer and apply it all over the lid and a little bit on the lower lid too. And next with a nail art brush, I'm going to just do some winged eyeliner, connecting it to the lower lid, creating a sharp point in the inner corner, and now we're going to start working above the crease. If you have monolids, or if you find that you don't really have a crease, what you need to think about is you need to think about the space between your eyeball and the socket bone. That hollow when you press your finger over the eye and you can feel the dip between the eyeball and the bone on your skull, you need to apply just above that, so that's where you need to apply the eyeliner. Once I've thickly lined the eyeliner, I'm going to take a flat shader brush and very slowly I'm going to start blending everything upwards and outwards. The main point with this look is that you want the outer corner to be quite sharp but blended. You don't want it to be a soft rounded look, it has to have an angled look because I want it to look edgy and almost feline. Now we're going to slightly mess up the nice edge we created and bring the colour inwards a little bit. I'm going to start off with a flat shader brush and then move on to a blending brush, and you might want to apply a little bit more of the black on the brush directly and then blend inwards. Once you've done this, I'm going to take a light grey and I'm going to apply this all over the lid, and I'm going to make sure to focus this on the centre of the lid and then blend it out either with my fingers or a brush. And the last colour I'm going to be applying on my lid is a really lovely red, so starting on the upper lid, I'm just going to apply it and blend it out, and then on the lower lid, try and keep it as close to the black eyeliner as possible, and bring it just about midway on the lower lid. Finish off with eyelashes and some lenses. Normally you should always apply contacts before you apply makeup, but because these are very tricky to see through and I couldn't really see what I was doing, I ended up applying them last. The main thing is that if you're going to do this, never ever ever apply contacts if you've already applied your eyeliner, because that's the makeup that's likely to touch the contacts and then end up on your eye. Normally I'd want to keep the lips smooth and not dry looking, but for this look I kind of want them to look parched, because I want the vampire to look thirsty, as if she hasn't had anything to drink in ages and she's dying to get her fangs into something or someone. To finish off the lips, I'm just going to take some ordinary red lipstick on an eyeshadow brush, keep it to the centre of the lips and also a little bit on the upper lip too, blend it all out, and that's it, you're done.